Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's April. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. I'm so excited you're here. Let's get into the video. So today is National Hashtag Day. Thank you, Twitter. I do not tweet, but I thought it would be fun to show a video creating 2 hashtag themed cards using the Mama Elephant Letterboard Creative Cuts die cut set. If you have not seen this set, it is super cute and it makes shaped cards. A huge thank you to my cousin Angelica who gifted me this set. I am embarrassed to say sometime last year, and I'm finally getting around to playing with it, but it's totally awesome. And if you like shaped cards, then this set is for you. The set comes with the actual board die there on the left, you see with the lines, the entire alphabet, a letterboard frame, and symbols, including the hashtag symbols, and it lets you take 2 pieces to create a full die. And then in the upper right, it has that connector piece, which helps you put the actual card panels together, which I'll show a little bit later on. So I use the panel piece 2 ways. One's to create the solid board, and then if you take this die here and line it up over the board and run it back through your die cut machine, you can actually create a frame that you can layer on top of the card. And it actually even gives a little stitching around the inside edge, which I thought was super awesome. I love stitching on cards. I think it gives just an extra, faux stitching. Not real stitching, but it's the faux stitch look. I think it gives a little extra something. And I cut it out of white cardstock and black. I thought the black gave it like a chalkboardy feel, you know, maybe if you were making a card for a teacher, you could put some apples on it, just anything. I thought it was super cute, so it kind of looks like a chalkboard or a letterboard. And if you don't know what a letterboard is, they're really hot right now. They have like stick-on letters. I have one, and you can put them up in your home. Super relevant. So let's go ahead and get into the actual card. So I've gone ahead, I've pre-cut all the pieces I needed using my die cut machine just to save some time. And I cut them from Nina Solarite 110 cardstock and Nina Desert Storm 80 pound, 110 pound and then 80 pound, so that it could be pretty firm because that's going to be the actual card base. And then I went and cut the actual frame also. Now this connector piece, it folds in the middle. You see it has a line in it. And so what you do is you take the 2 solid panels here and you use the connector to actually piece them together. You put the 2 halves of the card and it gives you one shaped card that stands up. Super cool, right? So you don't need an extra large die, you just need the 1 die. I use double-sided tape. That seemed to work well, and I just smoothed it down with my bone folder just to really secure it on both ends because it's what's holding up the card. And I found that taping 1 half on the inside panel on the inside of one panel and then on the outside of the other panel seemed to work well, but I'm sure it could work either way. I'm sure there's a video on this somewhere from Mama Elephant. I did not find it. I just kind of figured it out. And my cousin actually gifted me a card using this set. And I remember how she had put it together, and I think it might have been something similar. So there I'm just rubbing it down with my bone folder. I want to make sure that it actually really sticks, so that when it does stand up, it's not going to, you know, I don't want it coming apart later on. You could also, if you want to, I guess, take another panel and put it on the inside. Now for the cutout, I actually wanted to pop it up on foam tape, but my foam tape is kind of wide, so I just cut it in half from my tape roll, cut the pieces in half, and I put it all around the edge, and then I just adhered it straight to the card front. And because the pieces are you're cutting all the pieces from the same die, you don't have to worry about trying to line it up perfectly. You can easily tell where this should go, and you know, you kind of get one shot with foam tape usually. Makes me nervous, but it lined up perfectly here, just with the little legs there. And now I have a popped up frame. You can make a great shaker card. I did not go that way, but I'm just thinking now that would be great. And then I took the little inside piece I cut from the black cardstock, and I just popped it into the middle, and I used my tape runner. You could use liquid adhesive or any adhesive you have, but I just like using my tape runner, and I just popped it straight into the middle, and then I did rub it down with my bone folder because I was popping it in. I wanted to make sure it was really adhered down, especially because I am going to next add actual letters to the front, and I don't want, you know, bumps or anything because I want to make sure it all fits very smoothly. Just wanted to make sure, you know, it's really stuck on. All right, now for the letters. I took the liberty of pre-cutting them, and I ran the alphabet die through my die cut machine 3 times, I believe. And I'm just spreading out all the letters here on black cardstock, and I'm looking for the hashtag or pound sign so I can start building my words. Because remember, it's hashtag day, so I'm going to use those hashtags. And there's all the symbols plus the letters, and it comes with like hearts, like a heart and a star die. So for my actual letters, I'm not going to go through all of my sorting, but I wanted to find some really uplifting words, you know. And so for this first card, I started with awesome, loved, and worthy. But then I realized I couldn't fit awesome onto my card front, at least not in one line. So word to the wise, make sure your word actually fits. And so I started with awesome, and then you see I have awe, and I thought, what can I do with this? And then I was going to do something with B, so I was like, what letters do I have left? And I chose babe, but then I was like, I don't know, like how many friends do I have that I'm going to send this to them and call them babe? It's like just not part of my regular words I use. So then I ended up with brave, which I thought was a great little pivot, and that was actually my personal word of the year 2 years ago, and I thought that just nailed it. So then I had brave, loved, and worthy. And then to finish off the card, I thought it was just, you know, it was really kind of black and white and plain at this moment, and I love how it looked, but I was thinking I want a little bit of color. And remember I mentioned the heart and the star that are part of the alphabet set? So I took those. Since the alphabet set is all stuck together, I had hearts and stars already cut, and I just smooshed them onto some ink pads from the stamp market. Party pink and citrine for the yellow star, and I just popped them up on foam tape, and that was it for the first card. Now for the second card, I did the same process, popping up the frame on foam tape, but in the middle for this part that's the actual board part, you can't see me, I'm doing air quotes with my fingers, board part, I popped that also onto foam tape instead of leaving it without the dimension, so it could be parallel with the actual frame. I just thought that would be nice to get a different, look there, so it'll all be smooth and flush instead of sunken in. I think either way is actually pretty awesome. I just wanted to see what it would look like, and I have this really cool Desert Storm frame. It would be cool to do this tan frame with the black. It would really look like a chalkboard then, or you could do like a dark green. And then holographic cardstock. I pre-cut all of these letters from holographic cardstock, and if you know me, you know I love holographic cardstock. I will actually link above to a previous video I made using holographic cardstock for the first time. I don't know, it was all the rage last summer. I think it's still the rage. I completely love it. I think it's so fun. It's so shiny. You don't have to add anything to it. Anyhow, I wanted to pick some fun letters to really make the words pop. And I learned from the first card to have enough space, so I picked some relatively short words. I picked dream, hashtag slay, and then girl boss, which is a little bit longer, but I was determined to make it fit. Because at first I was going to do hashtag boss, but I was like, no, I have to do girl boss, because this is definitely going to one of my girlfriends, or one of my female cousins. And actually most of my cousins are girls. I have a large family, but it's and then I did find it easy to tape down my card while adding the letters. On the first card, I tried using liquid glue, and then on this card, I used my tape runner. And both ways, the letters stuck really well. I sometimes find liquid glue a hassle, just with, sometimes it squeezes out from the side, so I like using my tape runner with a non-stick mat when I can. And then I use those hearts and stars again just to add a little bit of something to the card. And I didn't have to ink those because they were already pre-cut from the holographic card stock. So that is actually it. I'm just popping up the last heart here. And that's the second card. I felt these cards were pretty easy. I have letters left over to use for future cards. I just put them into little baggies and storing them with the die set. And I mean, that's it. So here's both cards together. Two really cool looks. I'd love to try holographic on the black card stock, and maybe a different color other than white or holographic. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have any questions. All the supplies are linked down below, and I'd love to hear from you, my viewers, what type of card videos you would like to see next. If there's anything you're wondering about or wanting to learn, I'd love to show it. As always, have a wonderful day. Be safe out there, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!